What's up, guys? Thanks so much for tuning in to Game Show Maniacs. It's your girl, Honestly. And today I'm coming back with another Big Brother eviction prediction. And can I just say, this week has been wild. Oh my God. I think it's absolutely crazy that one, we got an Ava HOH. I mean, who expected that? And then two, all of the fucking heavy hitters, not the Alliance, but really heavy hitters. We got Keanu, Zach, and Vinny on the block. Wow, this was a crazy week to say the least. I thought it was going to be really spicy, and yeah, I think it lived up to what we all expected. So it's been a conflicting week in the Big Brother house. A good week because I like that they're spicing it up and it's not like the same noms that we've expected every week. But since it is three people that I actually genuinely like and want to see in this game, that's why I'm like, not really too happy with what happened, but I can live with it. Now, we're going to go over the three scenarios that there are. That way, we can get an idea of what I think is going to happen in each scenario. And I'll also be letting you guys know what the house guests have been saying as well, because I've been keeping up on the live feeds and we've been getting so much wishy washy opinions and thoughts. And honestly, at first, I didn't know what the hell was going on, but we're going to do our best today. And we'll start with the first scenario, which is going to be the best case scenario. Now, best case scenario is that Zach wins the BB blockbuster. If Zach wins the BB blockbuster, we're looking at Keanu versus Vinny. Now, with Keanu versus Vinny, we are going to be seeing a pretty close vote, I would personally think, based on what I'm hearing so far. But I do believe that Vince, I do believe that Vince is going to be able to pull out the win in this case. If we're looking at who Vince would have as his votes, we would be looking at Catherine, since Catherine literally said that she for sure wants to keep Vince. She told Riley this, she told Mickey this, so we know that's what she wants to do no matter what. And then I know if Keanu is on the block, he um, Vince would have a vote from Morgan, which we all know Morgan is very closely aligned to Vince, and it's been a very tough week for Morgan, given that her two number one guys are on the fucking block. So we know he for sure has her. Zach, since he would win the blockbuster, would be able to vote, and Zach would for sure vote for Vinny as well. So he would have Zach's vote. I think Vinny also would have his number one allies vote, which is going to be Lauren. She loves Vince, and you can tell that she feels closest to him as far as like being able to talk game and trusting in the game. So I know she for sure needs to keep him. And they also have a final two. So I think she's going to stay loyal to that. So far, that means Vince has four votes. We need six this week to win. The next vote that I know that he would be able to have is going to be Mickey. I know Mickey, of course, said that she wants to keep both Zach and Vince this week. So I know if Zach already saves himself, she's going to give Vinny a vote. That way he stays as well. And then I do believe, given that Mickey has broken things down and told Will what her main goal is, I do believe that Will is going to be voting to keep Vinny as well. So I think he would be a vote to stay. And then the people that I'm more indifferent on is going to be a person like Ashley. I know with Ashley, she may hear from Mickey how the votes are going to go down. That way, she may just be on the right side of the votes and vote for Vince to stay. So I know it is possible for him to have her vote. I also know when it comes to Riley, Riley has seemed to be kind of wish-washy. In my opinion, he said that he loves Keanu as a person, but he has a sloppy gameplay, and he really doesn't want to continue with that sloppy gameplay. So I think Riley would be voting for Vinny to stay as well. And with that, really, Vince is pretty much almost going to clear it against Keanu, in my opinion. The only votes that Keanu will have is going to be possibly Kelly and Rachel, possibly as well. If any of them get like word that the vote is going more towards one person and that they may be on the wrong side of the vote, I think either of them are liable to change their vote. But those two are so much on the outs that it's very unlikely for Kelly, at least, to get the correct information on how to vote. But Rachel may. Now, of course, I love Keanu, but that is the best case scenario, in my opinion, is Zach winning and Vinny basically sweeping the jury. But we are going to also look at another scenario that I would not be upset with. I would just have to accept it, which would be Keanu winning the BB Blockbuster, the Veto King. I think if it's Zach versus Vinny, Mickey has already told Will that she does want Vinny to stay and she would be okay with Zach leaving in this case. So I know in this scenario, Mickey probably is going to have her way where we're going to see Mickey voting for Vince to stay. We would also see Will vote with her for Vince to stay because he doesn't want to be on the wrong side of the votes. We would also see Keanu sticking with Vince because they're very close and they've been working closely together to try to make sure that they both are safe. It's actually funny because they're working so closely to the point where Keanu told Vince, dude, like I like you've got to talk to Rachel yourself. I can't keep working for you. I can't keep doing this shit for you. And it's like, really, he can't. He's on the block as well. You got to do your own work. But that also goes to show how good Vince is, because look at what he can make Keanu do. Now that gives him 2 votes, so 3 votes so far. That's good. In this scenario, I believe he is going to have Kelly's vote. I think she would definitely save Vince. Vince is also going to have Lauren's vote, of course, because Lauren is his number one. He is also going to have Catherine's vote in this case as well, because Catherine does want to save Vince. He also is going to possibly have Rachel's vote because Rachel told Keanu that she would vote with him to save Vince in this instance. And then we also know that Riley wants to get rid of Zach, so Riley would vote for Vince to stay as well. That would leave us only with Ashley and Morgan. I do believe that Ashley will vote with the majority, so I think she will be voting for Vince to stay in this case. And Morgan could be the one person to give Zach a sympathy vote because she knows that he's going to go home. But given that Morgan has said numerous times this week to Zach, he's going home if he does not win, she may just not even give him that vote because she already knows how the votes are going to break down. So we could very well be seeing if Keanu wins the blockbuster, we could see Zach voted out unanimously in that case. Now, the last scenario that we're going to take a look into, since there's only 3 possible scenarios, is going to be actually, this might be the best scenario now that I think about it, because everybody that's following the channel, you guys should all know I am battling the official Cliffy J, another YouTuber, and I have Vince on my team. So it would be great if Vince can get this win because I'm going to just score more points in this battle here if Vince does win. So I think this might be the best case scenario. Also, while we're at it, make sure to check out my page. That way you guys can see the updated stats on the leaderboard. The way you guys can see how much I'm kicking his ass because I am still winning. But let's get into this scenario. Now, if Vince can pull out the dub, what we'd be seeing is Keanu versus Zach, and this actually could be a close one when we really look at it. I do know with Keanu, I feel like against Zach, he's going to have Kelly's vote, certainly, because I know Kelly for sure wants to keep him in, and she feels like she owes him one. So she is going to vote for him to stay. He would also have Riley as well voting for him to stay because Riley does not want to keep Zach. He doesn't want him in the house at all. I think Kat is going to be tagging along with Riley. They've been messing around a lot. And then I do also believe that Keanu would also have Rachel's vote in this case. I think Rachel would vote to save him. And also, she may even try to pull Ashley in. But right now, we're going to have Ashley in the middle here. Now, on Zach's side, Zach's going to have the woman who is absolutely in love with him, Morgan. She's going to vote for him to stay. He's also going to have the girl he is in love with but is not stunning him, Lauren. She's going to vote for him to stay. His boy Will let it be known that he wants Zach to stay. So he's going to have Will's vote. He also would have Vince's vote to stay in this case as well. So far, we're looking at 4 locked votes for Zakari, aka Zachary. And then the infamous lady who calls him Zakari, Mickey, she also is going to vote for him to stay because ultimately Mickey does want Zach and Vince to stay. And anybody who is a live feed watcher knows that Mickey has been so wishy-washy. She's been up and down. She's wanted to do this, she's wanted to do that, and she switched it up so many times. I can barely even keep track of her moves and what she wants to do next. And that is why this video is also so late as well. Yeah, so and I think Mickey's really running the game. I think very she's got a strong hold on the game. So I know right now if we bring Mickey over to vote for Zach to stay, we've got 5 votes for Zach to stay. And then we would be looking at Keanu having 4 votes to stay, with Ashley being in the middle. Now, with the votes lining up the way that they are, and we have 5 for Zach and 4 for Keanu, what we would be seeing is if Ashley does vote with Rachel like she did on the Jimmy vote, even though she was against the numbers, we would be seeing Ava do a tiebreaker split. And in this case, I do believe that Ava is under Mickey's spell. And I do believe that she would do what Mickey wants, which is to save Zach in the event of a tiebreaker. So if Ashley does vote to see, so if Ashley votes to save Keanu, we're looking at a tiebreaker. Ava would break the tie, saving Zach. So it's looking pretty rough for Keanu. I'm going to be honest. It really is, especially since I do believe that Mickey has a really good control on the game. And she's been cocky enough to say that she has 5 votes and she's just got to tell them where she wants them to vote. So she controls who's going home this week. So I do know Mickey's pretty confident. So this is the time for Mickey either to put up or shut the fuck up. So we're finna see what she can do. And honestly, guys, honest Lee's opinion, I really do want Zach and Vince to stay. But I also want to say that it is like a 60-40 type deal because I love the dynamic of Keanu and Vince and their friendship. And I love that it seems like it's getting stronger with them actually having to experience the block together because they've actually worked together on the block. Whereas him and Zach, they have a little bit, but not as closely as Keanu and Vince. So I think they could be a really nice power couple, and I think Keanu is going to come back and really do some damage if he does make it back into the house. So honestly, I've came to the conclusion that I'm fine with either way. I may be a little bit hurt because I might lose a team member, but either way, I'm fine with the results. All right, and now is the time for Honest Lee's Danger List. I feel like with this upcoming week, people like Ava is in a lot of danger. You've pissed off people that care about Zach. You've pissed off people that care about Vince. You've pissed off Morgan, really, most importantly. And she's pissed off a lot of people with the moves that she's made this week. So I think Ava is definitely on the dangerous list. And then Kelly lives on the danger list. We know that. And then I also feel like this week we could be seeing Miss Rachel Riley in a lot of danger. A lot of people are upset with Rachel, and I think if Keanu's not there as well, she's gonna, be in even more danger because they don't really have anybody else to target, and she it will be the main target. Yeah, so in that case, in the famous words of Rachel Riley, floaters, grab a life vest. And Rachel, please grab a life vest because I need you to stay. All right, guys, that wraps up the video with the predictions. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.